Assalamu alaikum and a very delightful evening, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. I, Bushra Zaidi, with my co-anchors, Mrs. Manzilat Fatima and Miss Basirat Zehra, feel highly privileged to have the pleasant task of welcoming the august gathering present here. On behalf of the Iisjed family, I cordially welcome you all to this solemn occasion, the graduation ceremony of class 2023. We feel highly honored to have with us our distinguished guests, Consul Hajj and the School Observer, Mr. Muhammad Hashim, other consuls from the consulate, Honorable Member Higher Board, Mr. Awais Patni, Honorable Chairman, School Managing Committee, Dr. Prince Mufti Ziaul Hassan, eminent members of the Managing Committee, representatives from the media, other distinguished dignitaries, esteemed Principal Dr. Muzaffar Hassan, other officials of the school, happy parents and the vibrant graduates of class 2023. First period bells and noisy community hall, watching the clock as the last period crawls, getting a scolding for talking in class, trying to remember where you left your outpass, hooting for your team at a football game, hoping the teacher would not call your name, studying for tests, trying to get higher scores, the egoing slams of the classroom doors, farewell sports days, class prefect selection, trying to decide your option selection, pondering the source of the lunchtime treat, choosing lab partners and changing your seats. Some of these moments seem rather small, but these little things you'll remember most of all. So put on your caps, your gown, and stand tall. It's graduation day, so savor it all.
It's been stated in the Holy Quran, when Quran is recited, listen attentively to it and remain silent so that mercy be shown to you. Let's commence this program with the recitation of a few verses of a Holy Quran. Now, I would like to call Master Farhan Abdullah of 12B4 for the recitation, followed by the translation by Muhammad bin Iftikhar of 12B4. I would like to call Mohammed bin Iftikhar for the translation of class 12B4. Jazakallah khair. It was indeed a soulful recitation.
In the words of William Shakespeare, one touch of nature makes the whole world kin. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. Flowers are the bounty of nature, which express both humility and tenderness of human emotions. They symbolize happiness, abundance, and prosperity to reflect our warmth and welcome. Before we formally commence our event for the night, Iisjed would like to felicitate our guests for the evening. For this, I request our Honorable Principal, Dr. Muzaffar Hassan, to kindly present the bouquet to our distinguished guest, Council Hajj and the School Observer, Mr. Mohammed Hashim. I also request one of our cabinet members to present the bouquet to our guest, Chairman Dr. Prince Mufti Zia.
May I have the honor to invite the esteemed principal, Dr. Muzaffar Hassan, to welcome the gathering. है तुमसे इल्म की जीनत, है तुमसे इल्म की जीनत, वक़ारे ज़िंदगी तुम हो, तुम ही को रौनक़े स्कूल, जमाले आगही तुम हो, तुम्ही से जलवरेज़ी है, तुम्ही से जलवरेज़ी है, चमन के ज़र्रे ज़र्रे की, चराग़े इल्म व हिकमत की सरासर रोशनी तुम हो, है तुमसे ही वक़ारे इल्म की और हिकमत की रानाई के इस माहौल में ज़ौक़े अमल की ताज़गी तुम हो. डॉक्टर मुज़फ़्फ़र हसन.
Thank you very much, the peering team, to honor me with this beautiful couplet in Urdu. respected and honorable chief guest on this occasion, the Council Hajj and the school observer, Shri Muhammad Hasim. Unfortunately, due to any reason, due to some unavoidable reason, our chief guest, the Consul General of India, is unable to attend this program. So for today's chief guest is the school observer. Honorable Chairman of the School Managing Committee, Professor Prince Mufti Ziaul Hassan. Honorable and distinguished members of the School Managing Committee, other dignitaries and invitees on this occasion, the India Forum President Mr. Firoz, and other people, I cannot count their names. The respected parents and my dear graduating children and all the school staff. I always believe that well begun is half done. So looking at today's program and this auditorium crowded with parents and the children, all full of emotion and excitement, I can conclude that this program is going to be a great success. My dear children, you came as a kindergarten kid of 4 to 5 year old, and now after attaining your grade 12, when you are at the age of 17 and 18, you are going to exit from this school education to the college and the university life. This is the end of one phase of your educational journey, but the phase that is about to come in your academic life is full of challenges. Many of you have already decided what you are going to opt. Maybe some of you the domain of medical science, some in engineering, some in art and craft. Some might be thinking to do the business management to become a successful businessman, and so many children and so many dreams to become. But one thing should always be kept in mind at the time of deciding your professional career, that never copy your classmates and colleagues, because God has created us on this earth with different brains and aptitude and attitude. So all of you cannot think of becoming a doctor. Similarly, all of you cannot think of becoming an engineer. So you have been gifted with different brain that work in different areas and different academic field. So think as per your own aptitude, not as per the opinion or the influence that you get through your parents and through your classmates and peer group, because you are the decision maker of your fate, of your future on your own. It cannot be influenced by other external forces. So this is very much clear. I can recollect your class 11th when it was impacted negatively partially by the COVID. Your class 10th exam was completely negatively impacted by the COVID. You came out very successfully. Again, your 11th grade was very negatively influenced, but you came out, and now when you are in class 12, it is full of challenges. I know the learning gap that is created due to online classes, due to the hampering of classes, because of several reasons. But you are at this crucial phase which is full of challenges, and you have to appear in your board exam with full preparation and commitment. And I, on behalf of the school community, on behalf of the faculty and the teachers and the staff, wish you all the best in advance for your upcoming examination. Before I conclude, I give you the suggestion to develop your habit of reading. Many of you might have studied the rich dad and the poor dad. And if you have not studied, you go home back and look for this book, Rich Dad and Poor Dad, and you study. And you will find the differences, what is the difference between the smart work and the hard work. Okay? So you must study the rich dad and the poor dad. At the same time, when you will come out of this school phase, you will have lots of problems in the outer world. You will be away from your parents. You will be away from your guardians, from your well-wishers. You have to live alone in the school, college hostel, university hostel. That will be full of eventualities, full of difficulties. And at a time when the difficulty comes to you in any manner, there are three options. Either the difficulty, you may have the option to let the difficulty dominate you, to let the difficulty destroy you, or to let the difficulty empower you. So now three options are there. You have to choose one of the best options. Okay? So always try to let the difficulty empower you, because you have recently seen the COVID-19. It was a dreaded difficulty that killed millions of people across the world. But we took it as a challenge, and now you can find that those COVID situations, they empowered us in many ways. Okay? So these are certain things that I wanted to share with you. And before I conclude, I would like to recite a couplet from the famous Urdu poetry. Listen to it very carefully. जो यकीन की राह पे चल पड़े, जो यकीन की राह पे चल पड़े, उन्हें मंजिलों ने पनाह दी। जो यकीन की राह पे चल पड़े, उन्हें मंजिलों ने पनाह दी। जिन्हें वसविसों ने डरा दिया, वो कदम कदम पर बहक गए. Okay? So you have to have the self-confidence, and if you cultivate the self-confidence, I believe that there is nothing in the world who can stop you or which can stop you from becoming successful. Thank you very much and best of luck.
Thank you, sir. You are truly an inspiration for this future generation. Certainly, your red dress goes a long way in inspiring these students. Strive hard and achieve more.
The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, please welcome on stage the head boy of our school 2023, Master Mithun Velluru, to deliver his parting words with us one last time.
Class of 2023, how is it going? Thank you, thank you. Is this the end? The end of it all. Everything. Friends, teachers, classrooms, corridors, desks, lunch breaks, memories. Is it over? We will find out as we travel in time. As the head boy and on behalf of the class of 2023, it is my pleasure to welcome our Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, His Excellency Consul General of India, Shri Shahid Alam and Dr. Shakila Shahid Alam, ma'am. Respected Chairman of the Managing Committee, Dr. Prince Mufti Ziaul Hassan, Dynamic Principal, Dr. Muzaffar Hassan, members of the Managing Committee, officials of school, parents, teachers, and my extraordinary batch of 2023. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum and a wonderful evening to all. What is a journey without memories and challenges? This was a journey filled with uncertainties, where we always had our parents to support us, where we discovered never-ending paths to confusion, and to help us with that, we had our teachers. And the best of it all, what is a journey without companions? Our dearest friends. But this chapter has come to an end, a prolonged chapter that stood out amid others. What does Iisjed mean to an average person? A school with the best instructors, students, extracurricular activities and everything else. But what does it mean to us? It is home to all of our emotions, knowledge, loved ones. It also holds all of our memories and occasions when we have laughed, sobbed and rejoiced with one another. Here is where strong leaders and innovators in various fields have been created. But what is it about this location that makes it so unique? The thriving environment this institution offers us and the possibilities we have been provided are what make it such. And at this very moment, I'd like to express my gratitude to everyone who contributed in making our lives at Iisjed wonderful and memorable. First and importantly, they are our parents, whom we always consider to be pillars in our lives. They stand steadfast and are always there for us, through the good times and the bad, no matter what. Thank you, Amma and Appa, for your unwavering support and faith in me. Without the two of you, I would not be standing here, and you both have worked more to mold and develop me than I have myself, shaping me into the person I am today. Next, who are our always dearest? The teachers. Whether they are strict or soft, they do it all for us and our good. Without these dedicated people, life in school would have been harder than we anticipated. The need for imagination, as a sense of truth, and as a feeling of responsibility, these are the three forces which are the very nerve of education. And our teachers have always made sure to instigate these into us. Their dedication and passion towards developing a student and bringing the inner talent in them is beyond our parents. They visualize a potential more than anyone else. These people work day in and day out to help us achieve what we aim for and are always supportive. In no other school here or back in India, I've seen such friendly, supportive and enthusiastic teachers who nurture talents in the way they are supposed to. Now on top of the table, Maryada sir. Should I even say something? The man behind everything but acts like he's nothing. The person who'll stay until midnight to teach you Kirchhoff's law, and even the same person who'll be at the school at 8 o'clock just because you asked him to be there. Thank you, sir, for the number of times I've been the host in your Zoom classes, to this very day where you have guided me the whole year. And now I'm pretty sure you all will be guessing who is next. Who is next? The Mr. Iisjed with the best looks in town and a true artist in what he does. Hari sir, the pinnacle of maths. Sir, we all hear you saying one thing in class. It always starts with a valuable life lesson or advice and ends with the sentence, X. And now it is up to you to find X. Anyway, no one is going to answer, so I'll do it myself. X is equals what? X is equals, why should I bother? Always, always and always he ends with why should I bother? But sir, if you really hadn't been bothered about us, would you not have been such a dedicated maths teacher? And your guidance and words of wisdom has always motivated all of us to put in our best efforts. Thank you, sir, for everything from partial fractions to double derivatives. I will never forget your charming nature and that wide smile on your face. Up next, we have our English teachers who are the best in writing formats and their never-ending group discussions in class. For Hana ma'am and Amina ma'am, they both have always backed me up whenever I needed them. Before giving the speeches, to the post smile on their face with the word excellent uttered out in the same exact tone every time. Thank you, ma'am. It is under your guidance we could have made the inaugural Iisjed MUN possible, bringing forward a revolution in the literary aspect of our school. And thanks to the whole MUN team as well. Moving up, we have Biju sir, who single-handedly manages the whole chemistry department for the 12th grade. And then Kurban sir, who always laughs at us while advising, but the kindest teacher, friendly and open. I would also like to thank all the teachers who made this year as memorable as it could be, from science and commerce departments. Only in your presence we could achieve what we wished for. Thank you, teachers. I would also like to thank our beloved principal, Dr. Muzaffar Hassan sir, and our vice principal, Dr. Abdul Haq sir, for their commitment to enhancing our school and constant support for campus advancements. Last but not least, I would want to express my sincere gratitude to Javed sir and our headmaster Hamid sir for their assistance and leadership throughout numerous events. I also want to acknowledge the efforts of our dear Nahid ma'am, who has always encouraged us and provided us with the necessary support in every regard. Not to mention the junior members of our cabinet, and their efforts have been brilliant. The physical education department comprising of Vijendra sir, Adil sir, Imran sir, who made our tasks easier and guided us along. Thank you everyone who has helped us along the way, from lab assistants to the cleaning crew, for keeping this facility clean. As we grow out of our parents' shadow, now it is time for all of us to face the world, where we will have to strive to be on top, work for it, and maintain relations with the people who will always be here for us. Mom is not going to wake you up in the morning with the same repeated dialogues, nor will dad speak with you as much as he used to. It is time to grow out, to become the best of the best. Failures and setbacks should be overcome along the way, because they only serve to strengthen us and make us better people. You can change what you do, but you can't change what you want. While we keep working towards achieving materialistic success, we should have a burning desire to be great, be outstanding and resilient in any field we excel in. Class of 2023, you have been the best class. While there are areas where we can make improvements, academically. But the class of 2023 has excelled in talent, potential, and demonstrating a passion in everything we do. These accomplishments will be remembered for years to come from now. From kindergarten to the end of 12th grade, we changed as students and as people, showering more concern for those around us. A big salute to all the teachers from kindergarten till 12th grade. Quoted by street poet and philosopher Drake, "When writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Be your own master, and sometimes it's the journey that teaches you a lot about your destination. Class of 2023, your achievements over this year and ahead are a testament of your hard work, perseverance, dedication, and passion towards your disciplines. While we step out of this phase and begin a new chapter in life, discovering unknown paths without any idea, it is now time for you to stand up and make change in society. All of you here tonight have great potential which can change the society, leaving a big impact of your abilities. As we strive to become the best versions of ourselves, we should always keep in mind the people who have been with us through the highs and lows. The only way to get out of mediocrity is to keep shooting for excellence. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. Congratulations, class of 2023. And that's it from me, as I, Mithun, the head boy of 2022-2023 batch, sign off and pass on the baton for the next generation of leaders to come. But for one last time, let us all do that Tarariri Rura together. Ready? Ready, everyone? Tarariri Rurura! Tarariri Rurura! Jeddah! Jeddah! Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you, Mithun. That was truly a heartfelt speech.
Great leader is like a shepherd. She stays behind the flock, letting the most nimble to go out ahead, whereupon the other follows, not realizing that all along they are being directed from behind. Before I invite Manha Muhammad Rizwan, the head girl of Iisjed 2023, to present her speech to the August gathering, here is a quote for the young grads. खुद से जीतने की जिद है, खुद से जीतने की जिद है, मुझे खुद को ही हराना है, खुद से जीतने की जिद है, मुझे खुद को ही हराना है, मैं भीड़ नहीं हूँ दुनिया की, मेरे अंदर एक ज़माना है, मैं भीड़ नहीं हूँ दुनिया की, मेरे अंदर एक ज़माना है। वो कहते हैं ना, मेहनत इतनी खामोशी से करो, तुम्हारी कामयाबी शोर मचा दे। Here is Manha Muhammad Rizwan.
2 pairs of shoes, 2 pairs of dress. School bag was heavy, but there was no stress. Waking up was hard, dressing up was pain, but all that is now a memory main. Late to assembly, eyes searching for the gang. Smiles meant high fives and lips read a slang. Classroom was circus, teachers called us rude. We played stupid games when we all got bored. Lunch break was hungry as we already had the food. Oh school, my school, you make me smile. Hey classmates, let's go again for a while. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Pleasant greetings to one and all. A very warm welcome to all the dignitaries present here. Respected school observer, Mr. Muhammad Hashim, School Management Committee Chairman, Dr. Prince Mufti Ziaul Hassan, Management Committee members, Principal Dr. Muzaffar Hassan, Vice Principal GS, Mrs. Faradunisa, Vice Principal in charge and COE, Mr. Abdul Haq, HM 9 to 12 Block GS, Mrs. Sadiqa Tarannum, HM 9 to 12 BS, Dr. Hamid, HMs of various blocks, teachers, parents, and my exquisite batch of 2023. The day we all have been waiting eagerly for our entire school journey has finally arrived, regardless of the many sacrifices we meet to reach this day. We all share the same emotions. The journey began from this very school building 13 years ago, stepping in as a kindergartner, then in another building for a few years, then spending the most memorable 10 years of my life in the girls section, and now making the final memory in this very building. From learning ABCs to learning alpha, beta, gamma, from dreading to wake up in the morning to dreading to leave in the going time. From crying for not wanting to go to school to crying to not wanting to leave the school. The infamous trigonometry, which we all whined about in 10th, suddenly became so easy in 12th as we meet its parents, integration and differentiation. We all went from getting straight A's to just, I hope I pass. Who knew COVID would make an entry into our lives and we would be thinking about the fun we had in school in online classes? All of this has become a core memory that will be forever saved in the place of the forgotten answers when our life was hanging in balance. I have given speeches before and felt nervous, but today is different. There is no nervousness, but sadness of departure and happiness of accomplishment. What a clutter of paradoxical emotions. So here I stand to pour my heart one last time for this one last ride as the head girl of Iisjed on this one last occasion, probably being my last speech. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of the Almighty, I am here. There was a time where speaking to the cabinet member or the head girl used to be a big deal for me. I would go home telling my mother, Mom, I spoke to the head girl. And now there came a day when I went home and said, Ammi, I am the head girl. But all of this would have not happened without the endless support from my wonderful vice principal and HM, Farah ma'am and Tarannum ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for always guiding us towards the path of success and imparting your wisdom to us. A big thank you to all the dedicated and amazing teachers from KG section till 12th grade on behalf of all us seniors. What we are today is all because of you and your teaching. Thank you to all the non-teaching staff as well, and my parents who had stuck with me through thick and thin. Special appreciation to our leader of our reporter club who has covered all events extravagantly, Mrs. Ramsina. You have been a major part of my school life, ma'am. We'll really miss all the sessions in your office along with the cabinet members. 13 years, 4,745 days. Surely not a short period of time. Every second more precious than priceless diamonds that also do have price tags, but these memories remain invaluable. We have grown and learned so much from KG to 9 to 12 block. Life has been a roller coaster ride. Our batch is a warrior. We fought COVID, experiencing so many new things, virtual learning for 2 years, and not writing boards in grade 10. This being our first and last board exam. Good luck to all of you for it. Another thing we lost was not having a youth festival entire 9 to 12 block. Yet standing victorious, ready to embark on our next journey. Iisjed has always been the hub of omnipotent talent in all fields, be it representing our school in the cluster meet and even the nationals. Congratulations to all the cluster meet participants of sports, debate and quiz as well. I would like to appreciate my team of cabinet members for making it through with a lot of hard work, and thank you for all your efforts. Wishing the assistant cabinet a good luck for their future. Coming to the senior cabinet. The literary secretary, Sayyida Alisha Sharyar, is a very talented girl with immaculate speaking skills, always correcting our mistakes. Thank you. The sports secretary, Farha Khan, has brought laurels to Iisjed, winning multiple medals in cluster, Sports Day and representing Iisjed in the National All CBSE Sports Meet, and a sprinter like no other. The Cultural Secretary, Maria, always playing her role in making an event successful and helping the team. Our house captains, Bharvi, Vanya, Shazia, and Alina, have all done a lot of work in keeping the team together and getting permissions from HM and VP for all events. And last but not the least, thank you, Big Brain. Our school has taught us many valuable lessons, such as the importance of hard work, perseverance, persistence, and unhindered dedication that help us to reach for the sky, discipline, and so much more, which is vital for us to achieve a successful life. Lastly, congratulations to the graduating batch of 2023. This is a momentous occasion and one that we should be proud of. We have worked hard to get here and our efforts have paid off. As we look back at our time in Iisjed, remember all of the memories and laughter we have shared with our classmates, teachers, and friends. This is a time for celebration and reflection. Be proud of the person you have become and the path you have taken to get here. Take the skills and knowledge you have acquired and use them to make a positive contribution to the world as you enter the next chapter of your life. Good luck for your future. I would like to end by thanking everyone for your time and patience for listening my words. कई जीत बाकी हैं, कई हार बाकी हैं, कई जीत बाकी है, कई हार बाकी है, अभी तो जिंदगी का सार बाकी है. यहाँ से चले हैं नई मंजिल के लिए, यहाँ से चले हैं नई मंजिल के लिए. ये तो एक पन्ना था, अभी तो पूरी किताब बाकी है. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. This marks the end of the beginning called Iisjed. That's all, folks. That was Manhar Rizwan, Head Girl 2022-23, signing off.
Thank you, Manha, for such a motivational and inspiring words. There is an inspiring quote by Martin Luther King. An individual has not started living until he rises above the confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. We feel honored to have with us Mr. Muhammad Hashim, Council Hajj and the School Observer, a distinguished person of distinct vision and fountainhead of illuminating ideas. Also, a great inspiration for all of us. Sir, I am profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to invite you to address the August gathering. Mr. Muhammad Hashim. A big round of applause, audience.
Mr. Muzaffar Hassan, Principal of International Indian School, Jeddah. Mr. Prince Zia, Chairman of School Management Committee. Other esteemed members of the School Management Committee, teachers of IIS Jeddah, parents and young bright minds. Parents and young bright minds and future of the country sitting in this hall, a very warm good evening. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. At the outset, I would like to thank the Principal and School Management Committee of International Indian School, Jeddah, for inviting me to attend today's graduation ceremony of 2023 batch. I am very happy and delighted to be here amongst you today evening I would like to congratulate the students who are very soon going to pass class 12th exam, whose graduation ceremony is being organized today. The first education policy of India was formulated on the recommendation of the Kothari Education Commission. The commission in its report has remarked that, I quote, "The destiny of India is being shaped in her classrooms," unquote. Whose destiny is being shaped? It is the students, and through them, the nation. Who are the shapers of the destiny? It is the teachers. As today evening both the components of the classroom are present here, I would like to say few things to them. To the graduating students, first thing I would like to say is that you are at a juncture where you have to decide your goal in life, your future destiny. The decision made at this moment of time is going to affect your career in the long run. Choose the courses that you are going to opt depending upon your temperament and your liking of the subject. As you know, that one of the goal of new education policy adopted recently by Government of India is to provide flexibility so that learners have the ability to choose their learning trajectories and programs and thereby choose their own paths in life according to their talents and interest. After passing your class 12th examinations, you would be applying for various competitive examinations. Success and failure is a part of the life. Failure is certainly going to disappoint you. It is at that moment that you have to continue with perseverance to achieve your goal. If you have the resolve, you will achieve everything in life. I remember when I qualified UPSC, somebody asked me, and I replied that there is nothing in life which you cannot achieve, quoting a very famous couplet of famous poet Shahryar, कहिए तो आसमां को ज़मीं पर उतार लाएं, कहिए तो आसमां को ज़मीं पर उतार लाएं, मुश्किल नहीं है कुछ भी अगर ठान लीजिए. Although I have prepared my speech without any reference to any couplet of Urdu, but seeing the environment here, I just added these couplets. By the way, for the knowledge of the audience sitting here, Urdu literature was my optional subject during my UPSC preparation. So if you have the perseverance and resolve to achieve your goal, nothing in life is going to stop you. I would again substantiate my views with a couplet that if you have the resolve, nothing is going to stop you. You must have this thinking that फलक को जिद है जहाँ पे बिजलियाँ गिराने की, फलक को जिद है जहाँ पे बिजलियाँ गिराने की, मुझे है आरज़ू वहीं पे आशियाँ बनाने की. Second and the last thing, of course I would not say much because you have been listening lectures of these teachers since so many years. The second thing that I would like to say to you is that besides the goal of excellence in any field of career, wherever you are, it should always be your endeavor to serve the humanity, the society and your country. To the teachers of Iisjed, I would like to say that you deserve deep commendation and appreciation for the role that you have played in teaching and training the students from the time they took admission till today. As you are with the students, you watch and observe them. It is your responsibility to figure out the talent in each student. As Principal Sir was saying, that everyone has been endowed with a special talent, but what happens that people see and follow what is being traditionally there or in the work while choosing their career paths. So I would stress upon the fact that teachers should motivate and encourage to follow the goals of the student based on their interest and aptitude. By this way, they will be in better position to choose their own paths in life according to their talent and interest so that their full potential is realized. A big compliment goes to those who are concerned with the functioning of the International Indian School, Jeddah, and they are none other than the School Management Committee members. My deep appreciation and thanks to you all for giving your precious time out of your busy professional commitments to ensure that the school runs in a smooth way. You are pillar of support to the principal, teachers and students, and to me also, since few days back I started working as school observer. I assure you that my support and cooperation will always be there for any work which is in the interest and benefit of the school, teachers and students. I would again like to congratulate the graduating students. I wish them all the success in their future life and endeavors. May God bless you all. I would end my speech with again a couplet which that दुनिया के हर एक शौक को पाला नहीं जाता, दुनिया के हर एक शौक को पाला नहीं जाता, शीशे के खिलौनों को उछाला नहीं जाता, मेहनत से दुआओं से निकल आती हैं राहें, हर बात को तकदीर पे टाला नहीं जाता. God bless you all and fulfill your career aspirations or your endeavors in life. Thank you all. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.
So, we thank you for your stimulating, motivational and inspiring speech.
आसानियों से पूछ न मंजिल का रास्ता, आसानियों से पूछ न मंजिल का रास्ता, अपने सफ़र में राह के मोती तलाश कर, ज़र्रे से कायनात की तफसीर पूछ ले, ज़र्रे से कायनात की तफसीर पूछ ले, क़तरे की वुसअतों में समंदर तलाश कर, क़तरे की वुसअतों में समंदर तलाश कर. Here you are in your cap and tassel, ready to make the world your castle. On wings of knowledge you will fly, following your vision and rising high. Now it's time to honor the vibrant graduates of class 2023. May I request class 12B1 to get ready to receive the honor. It's my proud privilege to invite our distinguished guest, Consul Hajj and the School Observer, Mr. Muhammad Hashim, to kindly present the certificates to the graduating students of the humanities stream. I also request the headmaster, Dr. Abdul Hamid Qureshi, and the class teacher to accompany the students onto the stage. First in line from class 12B1, Akif Kunabdullah. Akif Kunabdullah from class 12B1. The second recipient is Anas Muhammad Asif. Furqan Todewala from class 12B1. Imad Shadab of class 12B1. Muattaz Muhammad Manzoor Khan. Muhammad Yusuf Akhtar. Moinuddin Waheed. Moinuddin Waheed. Receiving the honor, Saifullah Khan. Next in line is Yasin P. Next student from class 12B1 is Benjamin Deva. Khalid Mirza Beg of class 12B1. This is Khalid Mirza Beg receiving the honor. Labib Ottakat. Muhammad Rayan Ahmed. Muhammad Shinaz. Next in line, we have Nadeem of class 12B1. Saleh Shoaib Siddiqui. Shadul Hanif. Suhail Mushtaq. Next we have Ali Hussain. Muhammad Abrar. Class 12V1 will now be receiving the certificates from the Honorable School Observer. I request the headmistress, Mrs. Sadiqa Tarannum, and the class teacher to accompany the students onto the stage. First in line is Afreen Asghar Sheikh from class 12V1. Afreen Asghar Sheikh. Next in line is Amana Isaaq Sheikh. Rida Siddiq Rizwan Damad. Next is Shaima Muhammad Akhtaruzzama. These are the students from the Humanities stream, class 12A1, receiving the honor. Sumayya Saifuddin. Mariam from class 12A1. Sadaf Saeed Ahmed. Sara Saeed Ahmed. Jannat Fatima. Shaisa from class 12A1. Aisha Naseem. Husna Muhammad Wasi. Imrana Jabri. Next we have Rasha Muhammad Khalid. Rasha Muhammad Khalid. Next we have Umama. Shumaila Jalil. Hana Ali Abdullah. Next is Israf Fazlur Rahman. Alina Ansari. Safwa. Aisha Kaleem Ahmed. Alina Muhammad Habibuddin. Anam Fatima. Dua Rajab. Fatima Ashfina. Najma Ilyas. This is Najma Ilyas. Patel Munisa. Rida Azmi. Next is Fatima Sana. Hiba. Hiba from class 12A1. Next we have Zainab Iqbal. Sayyida Khatija.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we move ahead, there is a special recognition for the extraordinary talent of our school. Last year, the CBSE had conducted Aryabhatta Ganit Challenge 2022. The AGC is a national level talent search exam for class 8 to class 10 students of India. It was conducted by the CBSE for various CBSE affiliated schools. The students of Iisjed have undoubtedly made us proud on the national level as well. We take this opportunity to felicitate and honor our triumphants of the AGC national level competition. For this, I request the Hajj Council and the School Observer, Mr. Mohammed Hashim, to give away the awards and certificates. I request and I invite Arushi Girish of class 9A6 to kindly step on the stage. The certificate certifies that Arushi has been placed at the top 100 students from East Delhi, which included all foreign CBSE schools. Next up is Sara Ahmed of grade 10A9, who also participated in the AGC national level competition and was placed at the top 100 students from the East Delhi. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. I now request the students of 12B2 to kindly line up near the stage. They will soon be honored with their certificates. I request the Chairman Managing Committee, Dr. Prince Mufti Ziaul Hassan, to kindly step onto the stage and give away the certificates. I request the HM, Dr. Hamid Qureshi, to kindly accompany him on the stage. I request the class teacher of 12B2, Mr. Syed Alavi, to accompany him on the stage. The first recipient is Zishan Inayat Yaqub of 12B2. Can we have a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Next up is Muhammad Mubashiruddin of 12B2. Our next recipient is Abin Jijo. Our next recipient is Adin Musaddiq of 12B2. Next is Ibrahim Firasat of 12B2. Next up is Zian Sada of 12B2. Next up is Abdul Mujib of 12B2. The next one is Fawaz Obed of 12B2. Next up is Zaid Masood Ahmed of 12B2. Next up is Adil Amir Fizal of 12B2. Next up is Masroor Aksar Khan of 12B2. Next up is Farhan Ali Raza Jafar of 12B2. Next up is Faisal Mohammed of 12B2. Next up is Kamran Mohammed Shamim of 12B2. Next up is Owais Shah of 12B2. The next recipient is Nafil Mohammed of 12B2. Next up is Hanan Ahmad of 12B2. Next up is Muhammad Saqib Pathan of 12B2. Next, Ayub Ubaidullah Liaqat of 12B2. The next recipient is Yaqub Ubaidullah Liaqat of 12B2. Next up is Ahmed Ashfaq of 12B2. Our next recipient is Hatim Ali of 12B2. Our next recipient is Abdus Sami Sheikh of 12B2. Next recipient is Mishal Ziaur Rahman of 12B2. Next is Dushyant KV of 12B2. Next up is Sayyid Khaja Afamuddin of 12B2. Sayyid Khaja Afamuddin of 12B2. Yasin Hashim of 12B2. Next up is Adil Deshmukh of 12B2. Next in line is Fauzan Mirza Beg of 12B2. Sayyid Basil Hashmi of 12B2. Our next recipient is Roshan Muhammad of 12B2. Last but not the least, Hamza Muhammad Parvez is the final recipient of class 12B2. I now request the students of the girls section 12A2 to kindly line up near the stage to receive their certificates. I request the class teacher, Mrs. Manzilat Fatima, to kindly accompany them on the stage. I request the HM, Mrs. Sadiqa Taranum, to kindly accompany them on the stage. Our first recipient is Afifa Karam of 12A2. The next in line is Aisha Radwa. The third participant is Husna. Our next recipient is Reem Osman.
Girls and boys, those who are receiving the certificate,
Our next
please be very specific at the time of taking the photograph because it is going to be your lifetime memory. Okay? So be very specific. Okay?
Our next recipient is Safa Khatri of 12A2. Next is Umaima of 12A2. Next recipient is Sherry Banu of 12A2. Next is Ahnaf Ashik of 12A2. Next up in line is Hafsa Fatima, 12A2. Next in line is Iqra Nadeem of 12A2. Our next recipient is Mariam Atiq of 12A2. Our next recipient is Nabiha Sufi of 12A2. Next in line is Nifla of 12A2. Next in line is Samia Babi of 12A2. Next in line is Alia Galal of 12A2. Our next recipient is Rida Fatima of 12A2. Our next recipient is Sara Shamsher of 12A2. Shazia Hakim of 12A2 is next in line. Sayyida Sumaya of 12A2 is our next recipient. Next in line is Asiya Muhammad Abdul Rahman of 12A2. Next up is Alia from 12A2. Next up is Alina Muhammad Rehan of 12A2. Next up is Amina Sheza of 12A2. Next up in line is Asma Ghalib of 12A2. Next up is Atiya Naz of 12A2. Next in line is Aisha Rukhsana of 12A2. Our next recipient is Aisha Huda of 12A2. Our next recipient is Hafsa Muhammad Abdul of 12A2. Next up is Halima Zahra of 12A2. Next up in line is Hana Ahmed of 12A2. Our next recipient is Jumana Sayyid Nusra of 12A2. Next up is Juveria Tariq of 12A2. Our next recipient is Rida Ejaz Faruqi of 12A2. Next is Sama Salma of 12A2. Next up is Sana Kaleem of 12A2. Our next recipient is Sana Syed Sunil, 12A2. Our next recipient is Shahad Faraj Saleh of 12A2. Next up in line is Shifa Ahmed of 12A2. Zainab Ahmed from 2A2 is next in line. Now, last but not the least, Zara of 12A2 is the last recipient to receive her honors. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. We move on to the next grade. I request the students of 12B3 to kindly come near the stage. I request the member of Managing Committee, Dr. Muhammad Abdul Salim, to kindly come to the stage. I request the class teacher, Muhammad Akram, to kindly accompany him on the stage. I request the HM to kindly accompany him on the stage as well. Our first recipient of grade 12B3 is Abdur Rahman Abdul Aziz of 12B3. Our next recipient is Adnan Abdul Jabbar of 12B3. Next in line is Christo Jacob of 12B3. Next in line is Harsh Haridharan of 12B3. Our next recipient is Muhammad Razin of 12B3. Next in line is Harsh Haridharan of 12B3. Muhammad Sadiq of 12B3. Next is Murtaza Turab Khan of 12B3. Next in line is Sri Kishan from 12B3. Next is Abdul Qahir of 12B3. Abdul Qahir of 12B3. Next in line is Abdul Sabrur Syed Qadri of 12B3. Next in line is Adnan of 12B3. Next in line is Muhammad Ishan of 12B3. Next up is Muhammad Munis of 12B3. Next in line is Rayan Muhammad Khan of 12B3. Our next recipient is Sean Shaji Joseph of 12B3. Next in line is Muhammad Yusuf Salim of 12B3. Next in line is Muad Umair Koya of 12B3. Next in line is Ibrahim Syed Muhammad Qadri of 12B3. Next in line is Talha Muhammad Aslam of 12B3. Our next recipient is Aaron George Shibu of 12B3. Our next recipient is Anam Razzaq of 12B3. This is Anam Razzaq of 12B3. Next in line is Ashad Syed Aslam of 12B3. Next in line is Iyad Rashid of 12B3. Our next recipient is Muhammad Munawar of 12B3. Next in line is Muhammad Ehtashamuddin of 12B3. Last but not the least, our last recipient of 12B3 is Mazin Khan.
Moving on, we have class 12A3 students. I request Dr. Salim to be on the stage to honor the young grads of class 12A3. Moving on, we have class 12A3 students receiving the honors. I request HM 9 to 12 GS Mrs. Sadika Tarannum to come on stage. I call upon teacher in charge of class 12A3, Mrs. Yusra Rahman, to accompany the students on stage. Now I would like to call Farha Khan of class 12A3 to come and receive the certificates. Farha Khan. Next in line, we have Leah Tony of 12A3. Moving on, we have next Nihad Saud. Next is Umaima Sharif of class 12A3. Next, we have Zaina Arich of class 12A3. Moving on, we have Fatima Rinsha Kadri of 12A3. Next, we have Fatima Irfan. Now, I call Rumesa of class 12A3. Next in line, we have Sara Nausheen. Moving on, we have Afsheen Amjad Khan of 12A3. Next in line, Amtullah Mariam of class 12A3. Now it's time to call Arwa Jamal of class 12A3. Next, Aisha Muhammad Zaki. Next in line is Fahmida of 12A3. Fahmida of 12A3. Moving on, it's Ilham Siddiq of 12A3. Next is Ikra Sharib Aziz. Next is Madiha Fatima. Next in line is Mehwish Waheed. Moving on to next is Mehreen of 12A3. Next in line we have Safura Fatima. Moving on, it's Sania Samreen of 12A3. Moving on, it's next Sarima Haroon of 12A3. Next in line, we have Fatima Hamid of 12A3. Next in line, we have Fatima Khan of 12A3. Moving on, it's Fatima Ramsha of 12A3. Next in queue, it's Fiza Firoz of class 12A3. Moving on to next, I call Lamia Ghafoor of 12A3. Next in line, we have Nora Frank of 12A3. Nora Frank of 12A3. Moving on, we have next Sadaf Khan of 12A3. Next in line, we have Safira Fatima of 12A3. Moving on, we have Sarah Joseph of 12A3. Next in line, it is Suhana Ilham Sent of class 12A3. Next in line, we have Mariam Abdul Rashid of 12A3. Mariam Abdul Rashid of 12A3. Moving on, we have Naba Fahim of 12A3. Naba Fahim of 12A3. Now it's time to call Rubina Hanif of 12A3. And last but not the least, it is Sanam Fatima of class 12A3. And the last one is Taskeen Fatima of class 12A3. Hearty congratulations to all the new graduates of 12A3. We wish you a very best in all your future endeavors. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors.
The budding scientists of the science stream will now be receiving the certificates. I consider it a great honor to request the Honorable Member, School Managing Committee, Dr. Farheen Taha, to kindly do the honor. I request Class 12B4 to get ready to receive the honor. I kindly request the Principal, Dr. Muzaffar Hassan, to accompany the distinguished guest onto the stage, and the class teacher, Mrs. Amana Khan. First in line is Afif Yahya Khan. Afif Yahya Khan of class 12B4. I also request the Vice Principal of the Girls Section, Madam Faradun Nisa, to accompany the guest onto the stage. Anas Hijazi of 12B4. Next in line is Rishan Mirza. Rishan Mirza of class 12B4 receiving the honor. The next recipient is Abdur Rahman Muhammad Khaja. The next recipient is Ahmed Muhammad Khaja Moinuddin. Next in line is Amudi Qureshi. Next we have Atifuddin Muhammad. The next recipient is Mohsin Saeed Mohsin. Next in line is Muntasir VP. Abdur Rahman Sami Ahmed is the next recipient in line. Abraham Mark Sunil. Next we have Ahmed Raza Abrar. Ayan Ahmed from class 12B4. Dinesh Kumar Srinivasan is the next recipient in line. Imaduddin Ismail is the next recipient. Faiz Muhammad. This is Faiz Muhammad receiving the honor. Febin Hafiz. Farhan Muzaffar. Next we have Joel Biju. Next in line is Kevin Manu. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to encourage these budding Einsteins of the boys section. Kevin Manu. Madhav Mohan. Madhav Mohan is the next recipient. Muhammad Adnan. Muhammad Adnan Abdul Rahman. Muhammad bin Iftikhar. Next in line is Muhammad Habnan. Muhammad Imad Rahil. The next recipient from class 12B4 is Muhammad Sufyan Khan. Muhammad Sufyan Khan. Next we have Mohsin Habib Alam Raza. Next in line is Prem Sai. The next recipient is Syed Afnan Ayaz. Waleed Habibullah is the next recipient. Asim Abu Bakr. Next in line is Abel Binoy. Next we have Farzeen Naushad. Next in line is Gladson Abbey Cherian. Next we have Jasim Farooqi. This is Jasim Farooqi receiving the honor. Next in line is Muhammad Hassan. Next we have Muhammad Isa from class 12B4. Muhammad Khaja Arqamuddin is the next recipient from 12B4. Muhammad Rehan from class 12B4. Muhammad Rihan from 12B4. Next in line is Muhammad Yasir. Next recipient is Muhammad Yunus Hamza. Next recipient is Sayyid Mujtaba Ahmad Qureshi. Next recipient is Talha Ayub Ali. This is Talha Ayub Ali receiving the honor. Next we have Tahir Tanwar from 12B4. Next is Zaid Beg from 12B4. Next we have Ahmad Uzair from 12B4. Farhan Abdullah is the next recipient. Nawaf Hassan Sayyid from 12B4. Nawaf Hassan Sayyid receiving the honor. Next we have Sayyid Hamaduddin. Thank you, ma'am, for doing the honor.
लाख दलदल हो पाँव जमाए रखिए, लाख दलदल हो पाँव जमाए रखिए, हाथ खाली ही सही ऊपर उठाए रखिए। कौन कहता है छलनी में पानी रुक नहीं सकता, कौन कहता है छलनी में पानी रुक नहीं सकता, बर्फ बनने तक हौसला बनाए रखिए। Next in line we have class 12A4 students. Let's have a look as they are being honored. I now invite SMC member Dr. Hemlata to hand over the certificates to the young graduates. I request HM 9 to 12 GS Mrs. Sadika Tarannum to accompany her on stage. I call upon teacher in charge of class 12A4 Mrs. Shahina Jalili to accompany the students on the stage. Now, I would like to call Alia Iman of class 12A4 to come and receive the certificates. Alia Iman of class 12A4. Next in line, we have Afnan Jalal of 12A4. Moving on, we have Aisha Rasha of 12A4. Next in line, we have Aruba Naveed Parvez Saudagar of 12A4. Next in line, we have Barira of 12A4. Moving on, we have Diana Fatima of 12A4. Next in line, we have Dua Fatima of 12A4. Next in line, we have Fatima Mubashira Khan of 12A4. Next in line, we have Hamda Sharik of 12A4. Moving on, we have next Hania of 12A4. Moving on, we have Kulsum Uzbek of 12A4. Next in line, we have Tahania Aisha of 12A4. Next in line, we have Laila Ahmad R. Al Khatib of 12A4. Moving on, we have Noor Sultana of 12A4. Next is Sadia Muhammad of 12A4. Next we have Samiha Mariam of 12A4. Next we have Shaima Anwar of 12A4. Next in line we have Soumya Samidas of 12A4. Moving on, we have next Tanha of 12A4. Next in line we have Zehra Fatima of 12A4. Next in line we have Zoha Jabin of 12A4. Moving on, we have next Zehra Sheikh of 12A4. Next in line we have Rida Muhammad Yunus of 12A4. Moving on, we have next Adiba Rashid of 12A4. Next in queue is Ashida Mary of 12A4. Next in line we have Aisha of 12A4. Moving on, we have next Aisha Abdul Rahman Khan of 12A4. Next in line is Christina John of 12A4. Next in line we have Iman Basharat Ali Khan of 12A4. Moving on, we have Fatima Umme Hani of 12A4. Next in line, we have Rashail Elizabeth Biju of 12A4. Next in line, we have Reenu Hariharan of 12A4. Reenu Hariharan of 12A4. The next young grad is Sana of 12A4. Moving on, we have next Sheikh Umme Kulsum of 12A4. Moving on, we have next Zohra Abdul Raziq of 12A4. Next is Sadia of 12A4. Next in line, we have Fadwa Fareed of 12A4. Next is Catherine Maria Jacob of 12A4. Moving on, we have next young grad, Dia Jaya Govind of 12A4. Next is Kubra Nasrullah of 12A4. Next is Manail Fatima Rishin of 12A4. Next in line, we have Nashwa Pukoyo Thangal of 12A4. Next, we have Nashwa Sharif of 12A4. Moving on, we have next Rania Ali of 12A4. Rania Ali of 12A4. Next is Shireen of 12A4. Next in line, we have Sayyida Sadia Deen of 12A4. Sayyida Sadia Deen of 12A4. Moving on, we have next Samra Imran of 12A4. Next is Zainab Habib Abdullah of 12A4. Zainab Habib Abdullah of 12A4. Moving on, next we have Atika Rahman of 12A4. Next in line, we have Aisha Zaki of 12A4. Moving on, next is Fatima Mustafa Hussain of 12A4. Next in line, we have Iqra Fatima of 12A4. Iqra Fatima of 12A4. Moving on, next we have Nibras Ali of 12A4. Next in line, we have Sabreen of 12A4. Moving on, we have Safa Abdul of 12A4. Let me call the next young grad, Samia Maniar of 12A4. Next is Sayyida Alisha Shariar of 12A4. Next is Sayyida Naba Ali of 12A4. Next in line, we have Ummul Faiz Zainab Bibi, 12A4. Moving on. Next, we have Zainab Imtiazul Haq of 12A4. And the last one is Aisha Rafiq of 12A4. Aisha Rafiq of 12A4. Thank you, madam, for honoring the young graduates of class 12A4. Congratulations to all the new graduates of 12A4. May Almighty shower you with bountiful opportunities for a better tomorrow. I request all the girls to take your seats, please. All the girls of Iisjed, I request to please take your seats. Now, it's time to call the students of class 12B5. Before I invite them to come on stage, I would like to say few lines to encourage the new graduates. खुद से जीतने की जिद है, मुझे खुद को ही हराना है. खुद से जीतने की जिद है, मुझे खुद को ही हराना है. मैं भीड़ नहीं हूँ दुनिया की, मेरे अंदर एक ज़माना है. मैं भीड़ नहीं हूँ दुनिया की, मेरे अंदर एक ज़माना है. Moving on, it's time to honor class 12B5 students. I would like to invite SMC member Mohammad Moyadeen to hand over the certificates to the young graduates of class 12B5. I request HM 9 to 12BS Dr. Hamid Qureshi to accompany him on stage. I call upon teacher in charge of class 12B5, Mr. Biju, to accompany the students on the stage. Now it's time to honor the young grads of class 12B5. I would request Abdul Rahman to come and collect the certificate. Abdul Rahman. Next in line we have Abdullah Shihabuddin of 12B5. Moving on, we have Abdullah of 12B5. Next in line, we have Ali Rizwan of 12B5. Moving on, we have next Fadil Mustafa of 12B5. Moving on, we have next Faizan Muhammad Khan of 12B5. Next in line, we have Ganesh Madhav Rajesh of 12B5. Next in line, we have Irfan Pattukalathil of class 12B5. Moving on, we have next Khaja Kamil Ahmad Moyuddin of 12B5. Moving on, we have next Ahmad Abdullah bin Mazi of 12B5. Next we have Muhammad Kashif of 12B5. Moving on, we have next Muhammad Nabil of 12B5. Next we have Muhammad Usman Sirajuddin of 12B5. Next we have Muhammad Rasen of 12B5. Next in line is Muhammad Ahmad Shah of 12B5. Next is Muhammad Nabil of 12B5. Next is Nabil Farid Kareem of 12B5. Next is Nabil Khan of 12B5. Nabil Khan of 12B5. Next is Rayan Ali of 12B5. Next we have Rehan Mohammad Feroz of 12B5. Next we have Smiraj Krishna of 12B5. Next we have Sarthak Kumar of 12B5. Next we have Syed Afnan of 12B5. Next we have Shetty Kavish of 12B5. Next we have Munshi Abdul Razzaq of 12B5. Next we have Sayyid Umar Ali of 12B5. Moving on, we have next Raghu Venkatesh of 12B5. Next in line is Ammar Ahmed Khan of 12B5. Moving on, we have Muhammad Yasir Sikandar of 12B5. Next, Muhammad Adib Ehtisham 12B5. Next, Sameer Abdul Samad 12B5. Sameer Abdul Samad 12B5. Next, we have Awais Amjad 12B5. Moving on, we have next Muhammad Abdul Wahid Khan 12B5. Next, we have Yash Chaudhary 12B5. Next, we have Zain Arshad Mateen 12B5. Next we have Zain Arshad Mateen 12B5. Moving on, we have next Adil Mohammad Riyaz 12B5. Next in line we have Ayaz Ahmad Siddiqui 12B5. Next Mirza Ayan Beg 12B5. Next we have Muhammad Abdul Wase 12B5. Next we have Muhammad Shehbaz Ali 12B5. Moving on, we have next Ayan Yar Khan 12B5. Next we have Hani Yahya Hussain 12B5. Next we have Muhammad Hanzala 12B5. Next we have Mohsin Sayyed 12B5. Moving on, next is Rayan Shakur Shakil Ahmad 12B5. Next we have Sayyida Murtaza Aminuddin 12B5. And the last young grad of 12B5 is Anas Ahmad Siddiqui. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. A hearty congratulations to all the young grads of 12B5.
The vibrant girls of the science stream, class 12V5, will now be receiving the certificates. May I request our distinguished guest member, School Managing Committee, Dr. Nusrat Khan, to kindly give away the certificates. I also request the headmistress, Sadiqa Tarannum, to kindly accompany the guest onto the stage. First in line is Anaga Ajit Nair of 12A5. Aisha Ahmad Ali of 12A5. Fida Iqbal of 12A5. The next recipient is Habiba Kaleem of 12A5. Hafsa Abdul Muiz is the next recipient. Haziqa Aleem from 12A5. Mariam Zafar from 12A5. Next in line is Mehnaz Jalil. Muhammad Shehnaz Begum is the next recipient of the honor. Nasiha Begum is the next recipient. Noora Nihala from 12A5. Rida Farheen is the next recipient. Sana Nofar from 12A5. Sheza Shaji from 12A5. Shifa Abdul Rahman from 12A5. Tahura Afshin is the next recipient. Afifa Ghufran from 12A5. Next we have Angel Maria Matthew. This is Afifa Ghufran receiving the honor. Angel Maria Matthew is next in line. Aisha Hissa from 12A5. Next we have Dania Siddiqui. Faliha bint Faiz is the next recipient. Firdaus Fatima is the next recipient. Julie Anna George is the next recipient in line. Mizna Gulfisha Ali will now receive the honor. Rasha Hana Fatima is the next recipient. Sadia Fatima is next in line. Sumaya Fatima is next in line. I humbly request the parents standing in the first row can kindly take the seats. Sumaya Fatima is next in line. Tanya Soni. Zaina Latif. Zuveria Sultana from 12A5. Fasia Fatima from 12A5. Fatima Nadeem from 12A5. Hajra Ahmed from 12A5. Next in line is Sara Sadia. Sayyida Mehreen Mukarram is next in line. Umna Resham from 12A5. Yumna Resham from 12A5. Amina Zeba. Next we have Aisha Sayyed Qadri. Next in line is Hiba Noshin. Next we have Layana Abdul Rauf. Next we have Mehek Ishaq. Layana Abdul Rauf. Mehek Ishaq. Next we have Mehrusa Sheikh. The next recipient is Nizma Naushad. The next recipient is Noya Muhammad Imtiaz. Next we have Safia Irfan. The class teacher, Mrs. Siji Mary, will receive the certificate. The class teacher, Mrs. Siji Mary, receiving the certificate of Safia Irfan. Next is Vania Kaleem. Next we have Sheza Javed. This is Sheza Javed receiving the certificate. The next recipient is Suhira Ibrahim. The next recipient is Afnan Muhammad. Ambar Qazi from 12A5 will now receive the certificate. Fatima Dana Bashir is the next recipient. This is Fatima Dana Bashir receiving the certificate. Next is Isha Shahul. The next recipient is Khalud Muhammad Rais. The next recipient is Mariam from class 12A5. Namra Fatima will now receive the certificate. Next in line is Khansa Siddiqa. Zoila Tamsil will now receive the certificate. Zoila Tamsil Fariduddin. Last but not the least, Sayyida Rufia Fahmid will now receive the certificate. Thank you, ma'am, for doing the honor. School Managing Committee under the leadership of the Chairman Dr. Prince Mufti Ziaul Hassan initiated and facilitated a health awareness program and a vaccination drive for the parents, staff and students of IIS Jeddah through medical experts from Naseem Jeddah Medical Center. In appreciation of the efforts, the officials from the Naseem Jeddah Medical Center will be presented with mementos. I request the chairman along with the entire managing committee to present the memento to the CEO, Naseem Jeddah Medical Center, Mr. Yunus Ahmed. I humbly request the distinguished guest to please come onto the stage to receive the honor. I also request the principal Iisjed Jeddah to accompany the guests onto the stage. This felicitation is an appreciation for the health awareness program and vaccination drive conducted for the parents, staff and students of IIS Jeddah through medical experts from Naseem Jeddah Medical Center. Thank you, sirs, for doing the honor. This felicitation is an appreciation of the health awareness program and vaccination drive conducted for the parents, staff and students of IIS Jeddah through medical experts from Naseem Jeddah Medical Center. The second memento will now be presented to Mr. Naushad Ibrahim, General Manager, Naseem Jeddah Medical Center. I request the distinguished guest to please come onto the stage to receive the honor.
Now we have class 12B6 students receiving the honors. I would like to ask Chairman Dr. Prince Mufti Ziaul Hassan to stay back on the stage to honor the young grads of 12B6. I'll request the guests to please stay back on the stage. Mr. Naushad and the other guests, I'll request them to stay on the stage to honor the guests, to honor the young grads of class 12B6. I'll request Mr. Naushad to come on the stage. Now we have class 12B6 students receiving the honors. I request HM 9 to 12 BS Dr. Hamid Qureshi to accompany him on the stage. I request teacher in charge of class 12B6 Mr. Maria Das to accompany the students on stage. I'll also request the chairman to come on the stage. First in line we have, I'll request the chairman to come on the stage to honor the young grads of 12B6. Now I would like to call Adil Salim of 12B6 to come and collect the certificate. Next in line we have Ariz Muhammad of 12B6. Next in line we have Abdul Rahman of 12B6. Next is Abdullah Khan Saad of 12B6. Next we have Adil Abdul Majid of 12B6. Moving on. Next we have Afif Jarex of 12B6. Moving on. Next we have Ahmed Yasin of 12B6. Next we have Anthony Gibson of 12B6. Moving on. Next is Asad Hadi Muhammad Aslam of 12B6. Next we have Ashaz of 12B6. Next recipient is Atib Abdullah Faruqi, 12B6. Next is Avinash Vijayan of 12B6. Moving on. Next is Ibad Ijaz Faqi of 12B6. Next we have Fahim Abul S of 12B6. Next we have Hani Rashid of 12B6. Next we have Hizb Ayub Patel of 12B6. Next we have Ibrahim Kaleem of 12B6. Moving on, next we have Muhammad Zaid of 12B6. Moving on, Kalimullah Hussaini. Next we have Kalimullah Hussaini. Next we have Kashif Nazir. Kashif Nazir of 12B6. Next we have Mehbeen of 12B6. Next we have Mithun Raghu Veluru of 12B6. Next we have Mohammad Arsalan Kidwai, 12B6. Next we have Mohammad Abdul Hasib, 12B6. Next we have Mohammad Saad Ahmad, 12B6. Next we have Mohammad Sufyan Ahmad, 12B6. Next we have Mohammad Ehtesham, 12B6. Next we have Musab Mushtaq Adam, 12B6. Next we have Muzayyin Hakim Muhammad of 12B6. Next we have Umar Majid Dawood, 12B6. Umar Majid Dawood, 12B6. Next we have Peniel Isaac of 12B6. Next we have Rehab Ahmad, 12B6. Moving on, the next recipient is Saad Habib of 12B6. Next in line we have Shoaib Rais of 12B6. Next in line we have Siddiqui Abdul of 12B6. Next in line we have Sayyid Abdul Latif Qadri, 12B6. Next is Sayyid Abdul Rafe, 12B6. Next we have Sayyid Ahmad Salman, 12B6. Next in line we have Sayyid Jamaluddin Kirmani, 12B6. Next in line we have Sayyid Khaja Farhanuddin, 12B6. Next in line we have Sayyid Najib Ahmad, 12B6. Next in line we have Tahir Muhammad, 12B6. Next in line we have Tiham Mansoori, 12B6. Tiham Mansoori, 12B6. Next in line we have Johan Sinu of 12B6. Where is Rehab Ahmed? Next in line we have Rehab Ahmed. Next in line we have Yusuf Ahmed Kidwai of 12B6. Next in line we have Zahiruddin of 12B6. Next in line we have Yusuf Ahmed Kidwai of 12B6. Yusuf Ahmed Kidwai of 12B6. Next in line we have Zahiruddin of 12B6. Next in line we have Zahid Hanifa 12B6. Next in line we have Zakaria Shamsuddin 12B6. Next in line we have Zubair Ajmal Farooq 12B6. Next we have Atif Muhammad of 12B6. I request Sayyid Abu Bakr of 12B1 to come on the stage and collect the certificate. Sayyid Abu Bakr of 12B1. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Congratulations to all the young grads of 12B6.
We now move on to honor the students of 12A6 Science Stream. To honor our students, I request Dr. Amreen from Naseem Jadda Medical Center to kindly come onto the stage and honor the students of 12A6. I request Mr. Yunus Ahmed, the CEO of Naseem Jadda Medical Center, to kindly come on the stage and accompany Dr. Amreen from Naseem Jadda Medical Center. I request Dr. Amreen from Naseem Jadda Medical Center to kindly come to the stage and honor our students. I request the HM of 9012 block, Mrs. Sadika Taranam, to kindly accompany her on the stage. I request the Vice Principal of the Girls Section, Mrs. Farah, to kindly accompany them on the stage. I request the CEO of Naseem Jadda Medical Center, Mr. Yunus Ahmed, to accompany them on the stage. Our first recipient is Alia Fatima Ahmed of 12A6. Next in line is Atika Rizwan of 12A6. Our next recipient is Alita Elsa Chaco of 12B6. This is Alita Elsa Chaco of 12A6. Our next recipient is Amani Aslam Sheikh of 12A6. Next in line is Anjali Anil Kumar of 12A6. Dia Kabir of 12A6 will now receive her honor. Next in line is Feha from 12A6. Next in line is Fatima Farooq Sapa of 12A6. Our next recipient is Fatima Muhammad Yusuf of 12A6. Next in line is Hafra Jabir of 12A6. I humbly request all the parents to kindly take their seats. The photographs will be sent to you by the professional photographer. You're all requested to take your seats. Please, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your cooperation. Moving on, Haya Khizar Khan from 12A6. Next in line, Joanna Sarah Matthew from 12A6. Joanna Sarah Matthew. Next in line is Elizabeth Mariam Soni of 12A6. Our next recipient is Musrifa Ilyas of 12A6. She is Musfira Ilyas of 12A6. Next in line is Noha Habib of 12A6. Rida Fatima of 12A6 will now be receiving her honor. Rida Fatima. Next in line is Sarah Siddiqui of 12A6. Next in line is Siham Hifzur Rahman of 12A6. Our next recipient is Shaista Surur of 12A6. Next in line is Sumaya Abid Hussain of 12A6. Sayyida Amara Ahmed of 12A6 will now be receiving her honor. Next in line is Sayyida Hafsa Fatima of 12A6. Our next recipient is Zahra Tariq of 12A6. Our next recipient is Alentina Martin of 12A6. Next in line is Aisha Mohiuddin Jabin of 12A6. Next in line is Bharvi Hirvania of 12A6. Next in line is Jisna Shaji of 12A6. Our next recipient is Mariam Abdullah from 12B6. Our next recipient is Misbah Tabassum of 12A6. Our next recipient is Nada Habib of 12A6. Our next recipient is Dilruba of 12A6. Next in line is Samra Ashraf of 12A6. Next in line is Tanveer Sheikh of 12A6. She is Umme Hania Tanveer Sheikh of 12A6. Next in line is Afaf Mansoor Khan of 12A6. Next in line is Afsheen Aleem of 12A6. Our next recipient is Amra Ehsan of 12A6. Aisha Begum is next in line to receive her honor. Our next recipient is Fawzia Irshad Ahmed of 12A6. Next in line is Maria Abdul Qayyum of 12A6. Mariam Khanam of 12A6 will now be receiving her honor. Next in line is Nada Muhammad Hamiddin of 12A6. Next recipient is Shoha Anisa of 12A6. Next in line is Zehra Ashfaq of 12A6. Next in line is Amna Bifa of 12A6. Next in line is Arfa Ayub of 12A6. Next in line is Fatima Hiba of 12A6. Next in line is Irene Fatima Zainab of 12A6. Manha Muhammad Rizwan of 12A6 will now be receiving her honor. Next in line is Naila Athar Khan of 12A6. Our next recipient is Rukaya Muhammad Azim of 12A6. Next in line is Tuba Suha Adeen of 12A6. Amal Zahwa of 12A6 will now be receiving her honor. Our next recipient is Annette Jibu Tom of 12A6. Next in line is Fatima Nada of 12A6. Next in line is Hafsa Naved Sharif of 12A6. Our next recipient is Khatija Siraj of 12A6. Nafisa Mahek of 12A6 will now be receiving her honor. Our last recipient of 12A6 is Sama Hafiz, who will now be receiving her honor. Thank you, dignitaries, for doing the honor. It is often the small steps, not the giant leaps, that bring about the most lasting change.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this solemn occasion, to make it a memorable one, the august gathering present here will now be treated to the journey down the memory lane through a video giving a glimpse of the path treaded by the graduates in Iisjed. So dear graduates, get ready for a short walk down into the school days. I request the audience to please settle down.
Now, boys and girls, please sit down. Everyone settle down. No photograph after this video. After the vote of thanks. Please sit down, everyone. Girls, let's see the discipline from girls or boys. Who is more disciplined? Come on. Please settle down.
जब ये काफिला अपने अज़्मो यकीन से निकलेगा, जब ये काफिला अपने अज़्मो यकीन से निकलेगा, जहाँ से चाहेंगे रास्ता वहीं से निकलेगा। ये स्कूल की खाक, ए स्कूल की खाक ज़रा एड़ियाँ रगड़ने दे, मुझे यकीन है कि चश्मा यहीं से निकलेगा, कि चश्मा यहीं से निकलेगा। Yes, memories are made of this, hard to forget and to dismiss. Good luck, God bless in all you do, each hour, each day, whole life through. This video was prepared by the talented groups of Iisjed reporters.
I request all the discipline in charges to please take care of the students under their supervision. After the vote of thanks and after the photographs, the students are requested to go out only under the supervision of discipline in charges. Now, dear all, we now come to the close of this program. While thanking the Almighty for His countless blessings, we are here to spell out words of thanks to all those who made this evening a sweet memory to carry home. May I now request VPGS Mrs. Faradun Nisa to propose the vote of thanks.
Respected Chairman of the Managing Committee, members of the Managing Committee, special guests, Principal, my colleagues, parents, boys and girls, Assalamu alaikum and a warm evening to one and all. It is an honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of the Iisjed family to mark the conclusion of the much awaited graduation ceremony 2023. This is the first official program for our school observer, Honorable Consul Hajj, Mr. Muhammad Hashim. His presence was a source of inspiration for our students and staff. His valuable ideas and pearls of wisdom will be cherished and remembered by our students. On behalf of Iisjed, I thank him for his gracious presence and honoring our students. All at Iisjed extend a special and wholehearted gratitude to the Chairman of the Managing Committee, Dr. Mufti Ziaul Hassan, and each member of his team for the innumerable hours spent for the benefit of the school and students. We acknowledge the personal hours of your and your family being spent for the welfare and benefit of this great institution and the future of our students. I thank our respected principal, Dr. Muzaffar Hassan, for being a strong pillar of support in organizing this program. I thank the officials of the school and the teachers who have worked hard to make this program a grand success. I thank the administrative officer, the estate department and transport department for making this program grand and successful. The parents of these wonderful children deserve a wholehearted thanks from the entire Iisjed family, and we wish you all the very best for the exams of your wards and their bright future. We thank you for your unstinting support throughout the difficult and challenging times during the pandemic and this academic session. For the boys and girls who are waiting to throw their caps high to make every second of this day memorable for the rest of their lives, and who will soon be entering into this very building as an exam center, I present a few words on behalf of all your teachers from KG to 12. Dear students, we held your tiny little hands and led you to this day. Soon we will let go of your hands as you embark on the journey towards the new episode of your lives. We have done our best to provide you with everything to prepare you for this day. It is your turn to remember and to put them into practice.
All the boring and repeated pieces of advice will suddenly become very precious when you are alone in the hostel room or in a new classroom. We sincerely pray that you remain steadfast on the right path and carve a niche for yourselves wherever you go and whatever you do. From all the staff of Iisjed, best wishes for your exam and your future. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear all, we now come to the close of this program. Audience, a big round of applause to all the new graduates. The best and beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or touched. They must be felt by heart. Thank you is one such prayer among them. We thank everyone who made this program a grand success, especially Principal Dr. Muzaffar Hassan, VPGS Mrs. Faradun Nisa, VPBS in charge Mr. Abdul Haq, and especially HM 9 to 12 BS Dr. Hamid Qureshi and HM 9 to 12 GS Mrs. Sadika Taranum for all their hard work, guidance and support throughout the program and making this function a resounding success. Thank you everyone. Before we end this program, I just want to say a few couplets to make you as a memory for this special day. हर्फ हर्फ रट कर भी आगही नहीं मिलती, हर्फ हर्फ रट कर भी आगही नहीं मिलती, आग नाम रखने से रोशनी नहीं मिलती, आदमी से इंसान तक आओगे तो समझोगे, आदमी से इंसान तक आओगे तो समझोगे, क्यों चिराग के नीचे रोशनी नहीं मिलती, क्यों चिराग के नीचे रोशनी नहीं मिलती. Signing off, Mrs. Manzilat,
Mrs. Bushra, and Miss Basirat.
I request all the girls of 12A1 to 12A6 followed by boys 12B1 to 12B6 to get ready for the class photograph. I request class 12A1 to come near the stage for the class photograph along with their class teacher. 12A1 girls. I request all the girls of 12A1 along with the class teacher to come up on the stage for the class photograph. Followed by class 12A2 girls, get ready with your classes for the class photograph. Once the class 12A1 to 12A6 is completed, the class photograph of 12 boys, B1 will start. Girls, please come up on the stage quickly.
Guys, for the last time. Tara riri ruru ra. Tara riri ruru ra. Tara riri ruru ra. Jidda. Jidda. Jidda.
Hurry up, class 12A1, hurry up, move fast. It will take a lot of time. If so many classes are there, please do it fast. Okay, please, it is a request from parents, please. We have official photographer. Please. Krishna, come. Madam. 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 Okay, thank you. Toilet 2, hurry up quickly, girls. Madam, Ranjit ma'am, toilet 2. Toilet 3, get ready with class teacher. Toilet 3, get ready. Toilet 3, toilet 4, toilet 5. Center, come to the center, come to the center. Girls, center. This side. See the banner. See the banner. Come to the center. Girls, come this side. Come this side. Yes. Yes. Sit down. Sit down. 12B1, boys get ready. After the girls photograph, we'll start with 12B1. Class teacher 12B1, 12B2, get ready. In between, faces, yeah, go. Beta, नीचे हो जाओ. Keep the certificate front. Over, Krishna. Thank you. B3, A3. A3, hurry up, get ready, A3. Girls, from this side only. All the girls will move from left side. Girls, move fast, quickly. A4, get ready. And girls of A1 and A2 will not gather here. Please. Go back, go outside, take selfie, take photo with friends. Not here. Outside. Please, go back, everyone. Go back. Girls. B4, A4, get ready. A4. Beta girls, please. B4, sorry, A4. A5, get ready. Class teacher of A5. Come to the center. From this side, listen. Go that other side. Go other side. Other side. Stand up. Go other side. Other side. Yes. You go there. Other side. Other side. Okay, ready? Please sit down. Sir, Dr. Sam. Dr. Okay, 12:05. Girls, come from this side. Come from this side. Hurry up. Now, boys, 12B1 boys, get ready. Okay, with your class teacher. Make a line. Don't come now. Wait, I will call you. Make line. Make line. चलो बेटा Yes, your face should come in between. Come in between. Yes. Beta, पीछे हो जाओ. Pीछे हो जाओ. Go back. You stand up. Three of you, that side. Three of you also. Go there. Okay, ready? Thank you. Now B6 or A6. A6. Wait. A6 last class. Abu Bakr Benjamin. Move back Benjamin. Right side. Yes. You also go. That side. That side. Okay, ready? Please. No, don't keep your certificate. Show your face. No certificate. Yeah. Get down. Girls, hurry up, move fast. Now boys, 12B1, class teacher. Sit down, hurry up. Everyone will sit. Yeah, everyone will sit. Hurry up. Come. Everyone will sit. बैठ जाओ. Come this side. Come other side. Yes. आप इधर आओ. Come. Yeah. Okay. In between. Hello. Yes. B2, hurry up.
अब हमें जीने दो, ना
na na. Sit down, sit down. Na 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 na. Give me some sunshine. Sit down, sit down. Give me some rain. Give me another time. I wanna grow up once again. Give me some sunshine. Give me some rain. Give me another time. I wanna go up once again. Thank you. Next class. B3. B3, hurry up. No, that is later on, later on. Hurry up now, go. B3. Class teacher. Class in charge, hurry up. B3. Girl, that side, that's it. Udhar se jao. Udhar se jao. Girls go from that side. All the students of B3 area, come for class photograph. B4, get ready with class teacher. B4, B5, B6. Everyone will sit. Everyone sit down. Everyone sit down.